you know, a guy that I'm super comfortable with, that I've known for, you know.
Super comfortable with.
I'm telling you, Spencer's gay. It's confirmed. He says he's not, but I swear to God he is.
I never said I'm not, for the record.
Only on the weekdays. It's the weekend.
Oh, there it is. It's recording. We're fading in, and here we are at the What's Your Ness podcast. Welcome. I'm Spenny, joined by my co-host as usual, Alexander the Great, who is over there handling important business on the phone. And make sure you like and subscribe and follow and do all those things because we like that. And we're joined by a guest here today, Zach. Welcome.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm
doing excellent. It's great to have you in here. Zach is related to my landlord, kind of, so we need to be nice to him so I don't get thrown out of this basement. What is our Ness today? Alex, what are you thinking?
So, I fucking hate New Year's resolutions.
Okay.
So, with that being said, I think we're doing this wrong.
What do you mean?
I think when we have guests on, we ask them what's their Ness.
Okay.
So next time, that's what we're gonna do. But right now, we're gonna do YoungNESS.
All right.
Because this is a young entrepreneur, and I'm always down to fuck with an entrepreneur because that's my whole life. But yeah, so for the record, Spinny, next time we're gonna ask the guests what's their Ness.
Okay,
because they're coming on, right?
I'm glad we're doing this on the episode. You're publicly shaming me in front of all the people out there.
You're shaming you about something that you found out about as soon as they did.
Yeah.
But I thought about it the other day because I was looking at the Smartness episode, and I was like, we should ask the guests because they're the guests and they're coming on with their Ness and whatever.
But what if the guest changes the Ness?
No. That's why we the knife that we have, we put it in their back before the episode and we let them know what to say.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
That's not too uncomfortable on you, is it, Zach?
No, that's cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Zach likes knives. He'd be cool.
Hell yeah.
Cool. So YoungNESS. So I guess I should get a definition. I think that's what we normally do here is we pull up a definition.
Yeah, a definition.
Okay, so I'm looking, look at that. All the things had paywalls, and actually, I think it was, vocabulary.com had the definition of YoungNESS as the opposite of oldness, which was super helpful.
Fucking geniuses.
Yeah. So I'm just going with the Google AI definition. I think it's great.
AI overview.
AI overview. Youngness is a noun that means the state of being young or youthful, or the freshness and vitality that is characteristic of a young person. She feels a sudden sense of her youngness, her freeness, her possibility about to be no longer singleness. Oh, wow. Yowza. Spicy. Look at that one. So yeah, youngness, it's youth, it's young, it's
vibrant.
Yeah. That's a good word.
Yeah.
So what?
Duh, I said it. Spinny always tries to undercut me. You'll see it in an episode. He always tries to undercut me.
Oh, I watch all the episodes.
Yeah. It's just because I don't have a college education. He likes to just put that layer of I'm stupid into every episode. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's hurtful. It's hurtful. Not because I know him so long, Zach.
I know.
And I just needed somebody that knew him to talk about this.
He was telling me since 2007.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I don't know why he does this to me, Zach. Do you?
Almost 20 years, Spenny. Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
we had a lot of youngness when we met.
We did. Wow. So we don't anymore?
No, we don't have youngness anymore.
Why not? I feel like I have youngness. You don't have youngness?
No, I don't have youngness. And he's a great example of that.
Zach, you got the youngness?
I feel like I do, yeah.
How old are you, kid?
I am 17.
Wow.
17?
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
We almost share a birthday. I'm the 25th.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah.
Hey.
So we should cancel the hookers that we had coming over.
Oh yeah, he's underage. Yeah. I didn't know he was underage when I ordered them.
Yeah, I think you took the wrong message when I said we're doing youngness. He got really weird with it.
Delay him an hour.
What?
Yeah. Okay, you go.
You go?
No, you go.
What's something that gives away your youngness?
Oh man. God, that's a good question. Gives away my youngness?
Yeah.
Not being able to answer a question in the first 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. That's everybody. Because our questions are a little strange here, you know.
Oh, man. You give away my youngness. I think people who are older speak with a sense of, like, intelligence or wisdom that I don't think young people speak with. Like, there's a certain amount of confidence that older people have behind what they say because they've lived it and they've experienced it that I don't think younger people have in general. So I think, like, the way I present myself and the things I say don't have as much backing them up or, like, things behind them that says, like, I know this is true because I've experienced it.
Or going into a job interview and saying, like, skibbity riz toilet or whatever.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's beyond me. I don't know why, dude.
Yeah, but that's the beautiful thing about youngness is that it's naive that anything can be possible. When as you age, life kind of makes you feel like certain things aren't possible because you haven't seen them become possible. But that doesn't mean they aren't possible. It's just your experience showed you that it wasn't.
Right.
And that's one thing I like about youngness is that it has that certain sense of just wonder of what could happen and what you think you're able to do. Because a lot of people who are older than you are going to tell you can't do stuff. And you know why? It's because they didn't. But that doesn't mean you won't.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, that's one of my favorite things about the people who go and break, like, the records people didn't think. Like, the Elliot Kipchoge, who did the under 2 hour marathon. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, he's not young by any means, but everyone was like, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. And, like, he went and did it, and I think you're totally right. I think young people have a lot of that.
Yeah. And it's funny you bring that up because I was watching some content or not or whatever, right? And they were talking about how they never thought it was humanly possible to run a mile in 4 minutes. And then it was like once the first person did it, like everybody started doing it. And now an athletic high schooler can do it.
Yeah.
But before that, it was like humanly impossible. Like, how could you do a mile in 4 minutes? And now it's like the Olympic record is probably like 3 minutes and 20 seconds or something. Something crazy.
Yeah.
Like how are you even moving that fast?
That's ridiculous.
And like you said, the marathon guy or whatever.
Yep.
If I'm thinking about the right guy, I saw them trying to like recreate what he did, and you know, of course, this wasn't his exact speed at any given time, but they said his average speed was like 13 and a half miles per hour.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
And then they had like a little track, and they tried to get them to run on it for like 30 seconds or a minute, and it's like
absolutely
yeah,
not.
it's like normal.
no shot.
But his average speed, so he was to points going faster than that. Yeah. And that's fucking outrageous.
It's insane,
especially in like a marathon. Like how?
Yeah,
like how for that long or whatever, you know, like.
Yeah, man, I don't get it. I mean, I've been getting into running, and I'm like dying on a 9-minute pace. It's like, how are you doing half that?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So Zach, you're an entrepreneur.
I am.
Is youngness a good or bad thing to have when starting a business?
Oh man, I think it's great. I mean, this is what Alex was saying earlier. Is like having youngness. There's so much like hope and like. Mm-hmm. And you think that you can do so much more than what people tell you can do. And I think that can lead to a lot of drive or a lot of ambition that you won't find in older people, I think. Yeah. So I think youngness definitely does help.
Yeah, because also as you age, you start to want to play it safer because you could have and should have taken risks when you were younger, and your mortality starts to kind of like knock at you a little bit, you know, especially once you start reaching those decade marks, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50, like some people don't see 60, you know, and that's around the time they say you should be checking out. And then, you know, 70, they consider that like, you know, overtime, you know, 70, 80, 90, you know, but there's people out here making it there. So it's like, when you're young, I say take all the risks you can.
Yeah.
You know, take on all the risks and learn from it and build on it. But the main thing I would tell somebody that's young and starting a business and, you know, excited about something is the most valuable resource on the planet is people. So make sure that you leave great impressions on people, because you never know. You might meet somebody and then 10 years later, you're doing nothing of what you were doing, but they remembered that drive, that energy you had. It's like, oh shit, you're still, yeah, but I started a tech company and, we're just trying to get started. Oh shit, when's your seed round? Like, just because he remembered you when you were doing that little thing that was so big to you at that time, and now it seems like, why was I even doing that?
Right.
But it means so much. So make sure you make those impressions on people, and make sure, like I said, you show up and you stand behind everything that you do, always, because people will remember that integrity and that confidence that you had in your thing. Even if it doesn't work out, they'll remember how driven you were about it.
Yeah. I mean that's just it. Is like, if you're a teenager and you don't got bills to pay, or if you're in college and you got your college paid for, like, take the risks. Why wouldn't you? Mm-hmm. Right? Like, you're in a time where you don't get punished as heavily, and like, I mean, like, in like a financial sense, if you screw up, right? Like, you start a business and it doesn't work out. Oh, well, you're down $500, not you're down your apartment, your food for the month, your car, right? Like, it's the time when you're young, take the risks. I fully agree.
Yeah, most definitely. Plus, it's like, it's because I try to keep away from it, but humans are very social creatures. And it's more socially acceptable for you to start a business and it didn't work out in your 21 than for you to start a business at 45 and then you're 55 and it didn't work out. It's like, what the fuck were you doing? Why didn't you just go get a job?
Right. Yep.
Yep. And people will look at you differently for those decisions. So it's like, right now is a great time because no one's going to fault you for anything you do wrong.
Yeah.
Well, hold on.
Well, in the business
legally, anything legally that you do wrong, because you're an adult. You can go to jail. Yeah, the FTX guy found that out. Was it Sam Altman? No.
Oh my God,
Bankman-Fried.
Bankman-Fried.
Yeah. Altman is the guy from OpenAI.
Yep.
So you think YoungNESS is more about an age or an attitude? And how does that apply to your life? Let me ask you, Alex. Let me ask you that one.
I definitely think,
because you're childish.
Yes, I'm very childish.
Yeah.
And I feel like that youthfulness of my childishness keeps me driven to learn and know more and do more, And I wouldn't want to give that up to act adult or be like, one of my most hated statements that I feel like adults say is, I'm grown. And I'm gonna tell you why I hate I'm grown so much. I'm grown means you're stopped growing, because that's past tense. So you're not growing anymore. You're grown. So you can be picked, harvest in left.
You're done.
You're done.
Yep.
So I hate grown. Like, I hate that term. It's like, I'm grown. I could do what I want. I'm like, oh well, I'm still growing. I'm still learning. I can make a mistake or two, but like I said, I am getting a little older, so I'm playing it a little bit safer, but I'm still always growing and learning more. Because also, like, just with some of the stuff I do in the stock market, you can't trade today off of yesterday's ideas or yesterday's market. You have to trade today off of where the market is going, how it's looking, what is the future of the market. Especially with your long-term investing, you can't be investing in fucking Chevron right now. Like, you need to be looking into, like, Nvidia and
Tesla
and some of these companies that are getting into quantum computing, and like, you got to be a little bit forward thinking. You can't think about what was amazing back then. It's like, and in the 30s or 40s, like, steel was hella big.
Yep.
I don't think you should invest in steel right now.
Steel is not the move.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying about always growing. I could be 90 years old. I don't want to be grown. I want to be growing, always learning something new, understanding more, learning from the youth. Because I feel like a lot of people think youngness is stupidity, and sometimes it's just a new or fresh way of thinking. And if you're not kind of like at least peeking in and seeing what the youngness is doing, you're doing old shit an old way, and the world is evolving. Technology is moving. Like, one fucking example I have of this is my dad went and bought a fucking Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Bought a Bluetooth speaker. And he was like, yeah, man, I got this for steel. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, so how you hook up your phone to it? He's like, nah, man, you got to put a chip in it. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? This man bought a fucking... I'd see why it was on discount. He bought a Bluetooth speaker that you had to put a micro SD in.
How's that work?
So listen. You had to put a micro SD into a fucking computer, download music to it, then put that micro SD into the fucking speaker, and then the speaker didn't have a screen.
So how
Random.
That is crazy.
You can either go in order or shuffle. That's it.
That's crazy.
And I at times I tried to explain it to him, and at times I would see him just trying to find a specific song.
Just by
and you know, like I said, you know, micro SDs hold a lot, so he had thousands of songs, and he was like checking for a vibe, and he had to.
That's bad.
Yeah,
that's bad.
and that's from not checking in with the YoungNESS. But now I bought him a Onyx Bluetooth speaker, and then I taught him how to use YouTube Music. So I was like, don't. I said, fuck that chip. I said, hold this button and say what you want. So now he knows how to connect it to the thing, and he play Temptations, play Seal, like I'm like, yeah. See how much better that is, and that's just him finally listening to the YoungNESS to understand that the world is not what you thought it was.
Yeah,
you know, it's way different. The technology is better. You know.
Yeah. So you think it's an attitude?
Yeah. Because, like I said, just that youthful energy of wanting to learn and do something different. I feel like that's part of YoungNESS, you know? I feel like that's an attitude, because a lot of people, especially when they're successful, they think that this is how I got success and this is the way that success is. And they stop kind of growing. And then until it bites them, they don't listen to anybody. And that's probably a good thing, because you're the successful one. But at a certain point, you're going to have to get some youthful energy around you. Like all of these like multi-billionaires that are like the face of their billionaire funds and things of that nature. They got kids 2-3 years older than you that are doing the hard work. They used to do the hard work. Now they're just, yeah, man, you know, they bring them analytics and they read through the analytics the way they know how to. But that kid is doing all the work,
yep.
You know?
Yep.
So, like I said, it's ways of you know, kind of like bridging it is what I want to say. You know, bridging it's good, but you can't just be a group of old dudes talking about old ways, doing old things, expect to get new results.
Well, I mean, so my grandma just moved into a new home, and it's in a community with lots of other elderly people, and age definitely does have an impact when you're old. And I think that like the people in this home or community, the ones who act the youngest seem to have the best quality of life. So the ones that are out and active, and the ones that are socializing with their friends and being random and doing random stuff and always learning and always doing stuff like that, right? Like those are the ones who seem to have the best life. So I think it's fully an attitude.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think you have to keep the youthful spirit alive. You know, even, and I think it is easy to get fixed into ways like, oh, this has worked for me, so I'm going to stick to it this way. I don't want to do it any other way. But the only reason in my life, at least anything for me has ever really worked, is from doing it some weird different way. So I guess my grownness is to keep the youngness. Yeah. And Alex, do you think? I mean, I like getting my grown man on. Do you get your grown man on?
Two-stepping.
Yeah,
two-stepping with my grown man.
Yeah, so I think you can get your grown man on, but not be grown, as you say. Yeah.
Okay, so this podcast is funded by Ness Culture Clothing. You know. Like,
I see it.
Yeah, I see it. The socks. You know, Spinny got the hoodie, but it's Ness Culture is all about community, right? Like we're big on community. So I know you're a business owner, and I want to know what inspired you to start your clothing line.
Oh man, so it was kind of out of a dislike for charity, which is going to sound weird, but just so the traditional charity model is I ask for money, you give me money, or I ask for volunteer hours, you give me volunteer hours, right? And that's how the charities move forward their goals. And I think that's kind of stupid. I think that it relies too heavily on other people. So I was like, okay, so how can I reverse engineer this? So the whole idea with my clothing brand is it's called Live Nature, and it's all about being outdoors. Think like Patagonia, Colombia, things like that. And so the idea for reverse engineering it is you create a clothing company, and the profits, or at least some of the profits from that clothing company, work as essentially revenue for the charity. So the idea is that you grow the company, and then as the company grows, so does the charity. So the bigger impact, we can make bigger impacts essentially without having to rely on people. So the company is self-sufficient, and therefore so is the charity.
I have a question for you.
Go for it.
Have you ever heard of the term B Corp?
No, I have not.
Look it up, Spinny.
B Corp?
B Corp.
BEE?
No,
B
the letter
dash
B.
Corp.
Yeah,
Okay.
B Corp.
Okay, B Corp. Hold on.
Yeah, it's not corpse. Okay, I know how you kind of a necro.
Take it easy. We don't need to bring that up on this. We got the YoungNESS here. We're talking about entrepreneurship. We don't need to talk about what I used to do for money in my
I'm saying
youngness.
a
in the grave.
monger.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like the Vin Diesel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Classic.
Yeah.
What you know about that Chronicles of Riddick, Zach? Okay.
Zach's lost.
Zach's like, what the fuck
I'm
are
reading.
these?
I'm reading this definition.
Yeah, so a B Corp is a for-profit company that's been certified by the nonprofit B Lab to meet high standards of social and environmental performance, accountability, and transparency. B Corps are different from traditional businesses in several ways, including social and environmental performance and legal accountability, higher legal standards, stakeholder governance.
What are the benefits of it?
I think just people knowing that your company is actually here for the benefit of
Humanity and stuff.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh, like Ben and Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's.
So
is a B Corp.
it's like a stamp of approval. Like we're actually here to help
To do well.
Yeah, but I just brought it up because of what you said. Like I said, it's not saying that you should go do a B Corp, but like I said, as the oldness in this youngness episode, I want to make sure you know all of your
All the options. Yeah. So right now it's an LLC incorporated in California that oversees a 501(c)(3).
Oh, so you have 501?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's all set up.
You're fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, I'm on the board of a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Which one? Are you allowed to say?
Yeah. Bright Futures Growth and Development Center. Like I said, it's basically like a preschool, but they also work with kids in middle school, and even some of the high schoolers come. But it's like a youth development center, basically.
That's YoungNESS.
Yeah, it's super youngness, and they get them young. And like I said, some of the kids that have came through this, because she used to, the lady who owns it used to run it through her house, and then became a 501(c) and has a whole like school building that she runs.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but kids that have come there become doctors, firefighters, freaking lawyers. Like she kills it on making sure that they're getting the information they need, the care they need, the love they need, and she also teaches parents how to be better parents for their children.
That's great.
Which is super dope. And like I said, I love everything we do there.
Where's it based out of?
El Sobrante.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice. How long have you been doing this, the Live Nature business?
Oh man, what is it? December, so about a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, fresh in it.
Yeah, it's new. But I've always been entrepreneurial minded. I was like, when I was 5, I was out on the street doing lemonade stands.
Yeah.
There was a video that got released on YouTube, maybe 2011, 2012, called Kane's Arcade, and this is where I got really into the whole entrepreneurial thing. This kid from LA, he wanted to make some money, so he made a whole bunch of cardboard arcade machines in his garage, and he essentially told his local community about it, and they all showed up one day, and did his arcade, and they were really cool machines, and they were all totally functional, but made completely out of cardboard.
I think I remember this.
Yeah. And I watched that video probably 100 times. I loved it. It was so good. And I always thought I wanted to be an engineer because I liked the whole making things. But then I realized I can make way more and make way more impact on people's lives with being an entrepreneur and owning a business. So that's kind of how that all started. But I've always been entrepreneurial. But this is just another step in the journey.
Yeah. I like that. And I like that you thought of a different way of doing things. Like, people are doing things this way, but it makes more sense to you to do it that. And we talked about this in the smartness episode about how, like I said, having that open thought process on doing things a different way. You know, it's like things could be done the same way for so long, and it's like if no one asks why, we just keep doing it that way. But then it takes that one person to ask why and be like, shouldn't we do this? And then somebody to think about it, like, actually that does make way more sense.
Yeah.
That makes way more sense.
That's what Spencer was saying. He said, like, all the coolest shit you've done has come from thinking out of the box.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, you know, obviously you learn techniques and skills along the way, but I think if you get too married to one way of doing things, too stubborn about certain methods, that can definitely be a hindrance if you're not, if you're not finding fresh stuff, keeping that youngness mentality. So what were there like some challenges? Like, how was it starting up as a high schooler, starting a business? Like, what kind of challenges did you face as a youngness entrepreneur?
Oh man, so the big one is, I mean, at least I think for high schoolers, is that there's a lot of pressure from people my age that say, hey, like, your designs aren't cool, your designs aren't whatever. But the thing is that they're not my avatar, and there's a lot of pressure that's like, shit, I wouldn't wear this, and it's hard because I know that's not who I'm targeting. I'm targeting people who are in their 30s to 40s who like going outside, like hiking, and maybe are looking for more of like who care more about like the message behind brands and the things the brands are doing, rather than like, oh, does this look sick in like on a fit check on Instagram or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pressure from there that's like, I would like to make designs that I think that my friends think are cool, but I think that's the reality of it is that's not who I'm trying to target. That's not who I'm trying to serve.
Yeah.
And that's been very difficult to hear all that input and still go and stick with the plan regardless of what I'm feeling.
Yeah. So you brought a couple hoodies with you.
I did.
You want to show to the camera, show the design here on these things?
Yeah. So this says, can you see it? There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. This
Live Nature Company.
Yep.
Live Nature Co.
And these are for you. These are for you.
Oh, shit, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just showing it off. Oh, shit.
Thanks, man.
Come on.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping me warm for the winter.
Yeah,
oh, it's a hoodie. It's got a hood and everything for the
yes,
rain and the tornadoes out here.
That's probably why it has a hood. It's called a hoodie.
Yeah.
It has a hood.
Yeah.
And
It
so,
feels warm. Oh,
so the coolest part is that by making those, you guys planted 20 trees.
No shit?
Yeah.
No shit?
On everything.
Really?
Fuck.
Yep. 10 trees get planted for every product that's made.
Nice. So we just planted 20 trees, me and Alex. You heard it here first.
Yep.
Ness Culture.
Didn't smoke them. We planted them. Okay. We did not smoke the
Speak
trees.
for yourself. Yeah, awesome. So how'd you come up with the name and kind of? I mean, obviously it's a nature thing, but and the style and design for these things. What's kind of the thinking behind this? You can kind of see there it's vine, and then you got like the Academy Awards, like is it like olive branches or what are those branches? What do you want to elaborate on these?
Oh, okay. So the thing with the designs is, like I was saying before, there's a lot of pressure to get the designs right, especially from the people who are my age. And it was kind of just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what stuck. The embroidery seems to be pretty popular. People like the whole like being able to feel it and like I don't know why, but I guess it is. And then I mean, in terms of like the designs, I hired people on Fiverr to go give me a few options.
Oh, this kid's fucking killing it. Oh my god.
And I had them give me like 40 options, and I picked like the best 6 or 7, slapped them on a hoodie, and like the designs weren't as much of a consideration. I mean, they were, don't get me wrong, I spent a lot of time on them, but it was more about like the product quality. Like I wanted a good hoodie that would keep you warm, and like the Ness culture ones, right? Like good hoodies, I think the quality of the product, like keeping people warm on the trails when they're out hiking and stuff, that was way more important to me than the designs.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it feels cozy. It definitely has. It's
that's what I said. As soon as like because I'm gonna test all the stuff that I test when I'm feeling. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I'm like, yeah. Stitching, all that type of stuff matters. Like I said, you want to make sure that when you give somebody something, you sell somebody something, that you selling them something that you're proud of. Yeah. And like I said, I like that. I like that joint right there. And with the embroidery, like you said, you can touch it.
Yeah. Fancy.
It's real.
Yeah.
If you can't touch it, it's not real.
Yeah.
Don't buy Bitcoin.
Well, hold on to it and sell it before the middle of the year.
No, I need some people to sell so I can buy back in. Don't buy Bitcoin.
Bro, I didn't pull nothing last night. Where the fuck is Wilbur?
Wilbur was bugging last night, bro. He was throwing the food.
Right.
Fuck, bro.
Oh, for real.
Wilbur do that shit, bro.
Good morning. Did I hear my name being spoken of, gentlemen?
Wilbur.
Good morning.
Wilbur, what's up, bro?
Where the fuck you been, dog?
It's so good to see you again. Last night I took down the fairest of maidens. I was doing nothing but macking freaks and clapping cheeks. Oh, gosh darn evening. Oh, well, let me show you this fair maiden who allowed me into her bed last night. I took a little video of me sharing a bed with the maiden.
Wilbur!
Oh, yeah.
Wilbur!
Kind of big.
Oh, thick is an understatement, my dear friend.
Wilbur, how you pull that?
Well, I don't riz and tell, but all night she was complimenting me on my fit, from the shirt to the undies to the socks. The maidens love the Ness culture, methinks. Anyways, I'm a bit parched and starving from a long night of passionate, ravenous lovemaking, so I'm going to get some breakfast, but I'll see you gentlemen around, okay?
The Ness?
Wilbs did that?
The Wilbs did that.
With Ness culture.
With Ness culture.
We gotta go to some Ness culture, bro.
So quick question, Alex.
Yeah.
You said that you're in the stock market. Do you day trade?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that like actively, like daily?
I've been tapering it back since the market's just been going higher.
Yeah.
For because my setup is I trade weekly
Options?
No. That's my swing trade thing.
Okay.
I do swing trade credit spreads.
Okay.
But my day trade is based off of weekly resistance and support.
Okay.
So I trade that, and if the market starts at a certain point and it does something early and then reverses, that's when I enter. But with it just going higher, the way I was charting my day trading, I don't want to just be like, oh, let me make a new setup because the market's going higher. So I've been kind of like just chilling out until the market corrects a little bit, and I can chart the way I want to chart and enter comfortably instead of just trying to chase like, oh, I haven't done a actual day trade in a week, so I need to let me make up something is a reason to enter, know, because I've seen that go wrong. But yeah, I do weekly credit spreads on the Qs on
awesome.
NASDAQ. So
awesome.
I do that weekly, and then like I said, I have like a kind of a reversal before 8 o'clock. We're on the West Coast, so the market opens at 6:30, and I have a setup, and if it hits before 8 o'clock, which is the first hour and a half of the market, first hour and a half in the market, I enter, and I have parameters. I have it tiered off to exit. My exits are tiered off.
Yeah.
My
stop
loss is defined.
Yep.
As soon as I have a template, so it's like once I see it and it's above that VWAP or whatever, my parameters, I enter on that candle, and it's already set. It's already set to take profit. It's already set.
That's awesome.
To turn around. If it turns around, I'm out.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you into any of the stocks?
I am. Yeah, I have a longer term portfolio.
Same.
And then I try to do. I don't day trade as much. I do. I will when I'm 18 for sure, but with less money. And
The bulk of your money should be in your long-term portfolio.
it is. It's like 95.5 right now. It's
And I'm trying to. It's funny you said that because I'm trying to figure out an allocation because I want to because I sold a good amount of my Bitcoin for reasons that I wanted to, and I want to get back in, but I want to get back in smaller as a comparison to my entire portfolio.
Yeah.
Because at one point it was like 20% of my portfolio, and it was just because the Bitcoin I bought in 2017. So it grew like 300, 400%, you know?
that's a good investment right there.
Yeah. So I like
Good return.
Nothing's beating my motherfucking Nvidia I bought in 22.
Oh, did you actually?
22.
That is that's great.
And look it, I'm like, cause you know, like Warren Buffett said, your circle of competence.
Competence. Yep.
Yeah.
You want to allocate where you're competent, and yep.
And you know what I know? I know fucking technology. And I understand with CPUs and GPUs and what they need to run. I know that they're in that, they're in the phone, I know they're in everything. And this company is the biggest company doing that.
Yeah.
And I was watching Twitch at the time, so that had me leaning, and they had fallen hard. And I was like, they've fallen, and all I hear is that supply chain is all messed up and the semiconductor market is shit because of the supply chain. I said, man, a pandemic just happened. I said, the supply chain is going to come back. And when it does, I said, they have all these EV cars they're trying to move, and all these EV cars need semiconductors. And I'm like, the leader in the market is going to be a part of that.
It's going to be the part of that.
He's going to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So that's why I bought in.
There it is.
Then, oh my God, they gave me a 2-hand twist and they dropped 2 letters and the fucking shit took off.
Yep.
Because like I said, I was like, you know, I'll get a good return. I'm like, you know, it even went lower after I bought it, but it was just like, I was like, that shit would be cool. And then it like doubled or tripled. And then people started talking about NVIDIA. And I was like, I think I got some of that shit. Like I literally forgot about it.
Yep.
And then fucking the shit was taken off and I added to my position. And yeah, now I sell covered calls against it.
There it is.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Spencer?
Yeah, Spencer, where's your portfolio?
It's all in GME. It's in the toilet right now, but it'll be back. Yeah, shouts out GameStop.
I heard they actually beat earnings recently. Did
they? Yeah.
I heard. That's what I heard. Like I said, things come across my palate. And like I said, I don't care about GME, but I swear I just saw something that said they actually beat on earnings.
Yeah. So I want to bring it back to the Live Nature thing. I'm curious. You said we planted, so 10 trees are planted per clothing item. So how does that work? Your organization, you like pay people to go out and plant trees, or how does this work?
Yeah, so there's a company. So I host my website through Shopify, and Shopify has lots of integrations with other apps that you can do, and one of them is a company that works with e-commerce that for 43 cents they'll plant one tree that's native to an environment. So for example, I chose, like they give you different options of where you can choose to plant trees. So you're planting 10 trees in the Amazon rainforest with native trees to the region.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's 43 cents a tree, so it's not a massive sink on profit, and it does a good thing, which is kind of the whole goal.
Awesome. Now, is this a forest that's owned by Amazon?
No. The Amazon rainforest, yeah.
Is this like the Rainforest Cafe? Did they buy Rainforest Cafe?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay, so this is an actual
rainforest.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it's named after the company.
No.
What are you giggling? Have you had a role model?
That was rude. He didn't even let me finish my laugh.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't fucking laugh at me on my show. On my show, Alex.
Shit, it's all your equipment. We might as well call it your show. Well, I don't know. I bought one of those things over there.
Something's in here.
Yeah, something in here.
I think that thing over there.
No, but the piece that goes into that thing I bought. Yeah. So,
What?
Yeah. Remember, we needed the thing for so you can see the TV too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. See,
The
my
adapter?
shit.
Oh,
All my shit. Oh yeah, I bought these stands, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you got the stands for the those microphones. This stand was already mine, but those are stands.
See, hey y'all, we was building when we first started this.
Yep, it's still we're putting it together piece by piece,
and that's a real good team member. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pat myself on the back because, like I said, it's all about us. I fucking forgot I bought this shit. It's about what do we need to do what we need to do, and what part do I need to play in it.
Yep.
And I locked in. He's like, oh, we need this, that, third. I said, okay, boom, let's do it.
Yeah.
And now we're here, with our guy Zach talking about reforestation. There we go. See, I'm too old to say words like that, man. We didn't care about that stuff. We used to
old. Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Bro, I'm gonna go get.
Why did you just deep throat that mug like that?
No, did
That's what Spencer does.
Yeah.
Well, hey, hold on. Don't confirm his shit on here. No, that's great. Hey, Zach, I'm gonna ask you a question. Then I'm gonna get up to refill my cup here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna leave the camera on you for a minute.
All right, let's do it.
Do you have a role model or mentor who has helped guide you in your entrepreneurial journey?
That's a great question.
That is a good question. Okay, so I have two answers. The first answer is someone in person, and then the next answer is someone online. So the in-person answer. Actually, let me start with online. So online, there is a guy named Alex Hermosi, and he does a lot of business content regarding like service businesses. So and a lot of B2B instead of B2C. Mm-hmm. But
explain to them what that means.
B2B is business to business, whereas B2C is business to consumer or business to customer. And so he does a lot of content about B2B, and he is just a very well thought out, well-spoken person who asks a lot of questions and makes a lot of statements that make me really reflect on the business I'm running and the type of entrepreneur I am. So he has been a massive inspiration to me, and he's made waves in the business industry recently. Mm-hmm. He owns a PE firm that does like a hands-on approach to acquisition, and then my in-person is probably, I guess this is also kind of two, but it's my parents. My parents work for a clothing company and for a healthcare company. Oh, and nice. They are they're also very logical people, mm-hmm. and they are super supportive to me, and they'll help me out with everything I need, kind of. Mm-hmm. And like they always welcome me to sit down and have conversations with them about the business, so they can help me think through things. And
that's important.
They're very God, what's the word? It's and oh my God, what it's like. It like forward thinking, I guess would be the word. Forward thinking people, mm-hmm. Who always coming up with new ideas and stuff to help me. So yeah, I think they have helped me on my journey, and have definitely been role models.
That's super dope. Yeah. It's always good to have your parents backing you in your business ventures, especially when you're young, because they can give you that guidance. And if you listen, you can learn a lot from them guiding you to it. And then also with you having the open line of communication, you can explain to them what you're trying to do or what you want to accomplish, and they might not even have thought about that because they've been doing things the way that they know to do
them. Yeah.
And if you can open up their mind to be like, no, I think we can actually accomplish this, and now they're curious and they want to back you because they love and trust and care about you. So it's like, all right, fuck it. If you think it can happen, son, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And that's how new ideas and better ideas formulate, for the betterment of all of humanity. Somebody has to take that leap to be like, oh, that's stupid. And then until it's not.
Yeah, until it's not. until it changes. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Until it's not. Then it's like, well, what? You don't do it the way Zach did it? Like, fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. Yeah, everybody does it the way Zach does it. Zach did it the best.
I got a question.
You got a question
for you guys. Yeah.
Okay.
What started the podcast? What was the influence on starting the podcast?
I'll let Spinny go first.
Well, I was doing like a kind of a mock podcast during the pandemic just because I was bored. Well, I had I got this camera switcher thing that's doing all these fancy camera angle switching things. I got that for the purposes of helping my aunt with her business, because she has a little retail shop selling gifts, and she would have new products in every week, and every week she would do a live stream on her Facebook and Instagram with her phone, and it was just like her. She's like, "Hey, I want to film this better because it's just me filming with the phone. It looks kind of shitty." So I was like, "Yeah, we can get have a camera focused on the product, have a camera on you. I'll mic you up. It'll sound good, look good." So I had the equipment, and I was just doing that for her, and it was in exchange for her letting me use this office space for free, and then, or not free, but for cheap. And I was like, "Okay, cool, that was working." But I had all this equipment. I was like, I should start doing some goofy interviews, just kind of making fun of like all the podcasts I've seen, whether it's like Joe Rogan or all that shit, just like coming in talking. But I was like, let me make us like a spoof of a podcast where we're like in a fictional town, and I had Alex on one of them, and we had a pretty fun little day doing that.
Yeah, we got high on weed popcorn.
Yeah, he gave me a bunch of weed popcorn. I ate a bunch of it.
Wait, is it like popcorn and like weed butter?
It's like kettle corn. It's like the glaze on the kettle corn. And there's like different. There was like strawberry and like caramel and banana. It was hella good, and it was good. But it's so good that you keep eating. It doesn't even really taste like weed. So you could eat a bunch of it. And there was even one night I ate a little bit of it, and I was like, okay, I'm only gonna eat a little bit because I know it's gonna be super high. I'll save the bag for later.
That's dangerous.
And I start watching the movie, and I'm like, that shit's hella good. And I just eat it. I was like 2 days. I was freaking out. Yeah. But yeah, he got me. Yeah, we were doing that. But then it was like later on, Alex hit me, and you were like, hey, like, let's do that podcast thing. Like, but let's have like a little topic. I got the Ness culture. This would be a good thing. We could have the different Ness words, and so it's like can be a fresh topic every week, and we can talk to whoever.
And that's why I wanted him to go first, because it started like that. And the reason I came back to him was because, just having my own clothing line and stuff like that, I'm not very good at creating content. I'm not a real like content creator type of person. I'm not, even though it sounds weird because I used to be like a rapper, I'm still not like, I'm not like a dancing entertainer type of person. That's just not me. I'm like really kind of reserved.
That's the same thing for me and Live Nature. Is like, I have such a hard time posting content.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be out. Like I get that. Yeah, for sure.
So because people around me, like they hear me talk, like, and when I'm around people I fuck with, I'm super comfortable. So like I say outlandish shit, and like it offends some people, and it makes other people laugh and things like that. But it also informs people, because I'm highly informed on a lot of different subjects and things of that nature. So it's like I'll be like, yeah, something funny, but then it'd be like, oh, did you know? It's like, oh, didn't you say you want to do that? Well, I read an article about XYZ, and you can do XYZ, and like, look, see, it's right here. So it was like I should just start the podcast, and a guy that I'm super comfortable with, that I've known for
super comfortable with.
I'm telling you, Spencer's gay. It's confirmed. He says he's not, but I swear to God he is.
I never said I'm not, for the record.
Only on the weekdays. It's the weekend. So,
yeah.
Okay.
Tuesdays and Thursdays is when I really be fucking just going at it.
He does a very good gay impression.
Oh yeah.
What are you talking about?
It's scarily good.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, you're right. I'm sorry.
But so the podcast was a way to do it, and like I said, everything has to tie into each other. And since I had the brand Ness Culture, the best thing to do was to have a podcast about different Nesses.
Yeah.
And then also it made it so, because me and Spinny are like I said, we know how to shoot the shit. So it made it so the podcast didn't have to be a financial podcast or a relationship podcast or a podcast about this. It's about whatever me and Spinny feel like fucking talking about that day. And we can do that because there's so many words that end in Ness.
Yeah.
So that was the tie-in back into the branding, and it was a way for me to create content. And now we found out about a AI clip makers.
Opus,
so,
me and Spencer were talking about that.
Opus. So we send everything through Opus to make clips, and now we have clips and people can laugh. And then now I'm working on making it more brand oriented. Like I have the socks in the background, but Now we have it to where Opus allows you to do an outro clip, and I have an outro clip that like statics Ness Culture logo, and then it tells people to subscribe to the YouTube. And it's like as we get people to follow the YouTube and we can get enough subscribers and stuff like that, also the things that we do on here can generate traffic to the website. As people see the different things that we're doing, it builds on that.
So I got a question.
Talk to me.
What is your definition of brand? How would you define it?
Brand is damn, that's a good ass question. Because you want to know something funny? My daughter bought me Branding for Dummies, and it made me pivot a lot of the things that I was doing.
Yeah.
Branding for Dummies was a really good book. I learned a lot from that book. And I know they have a definition in it, but I would say brand is probably what I'm about to use the word brand in the definition, and I don't want to do that. Is how people feel about your company.
Okay.
What people associate your company with, like instantaneously.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to like brand, and then marketing is a different. It's how is storytelling.
Yeah.
Of that message.
I like that.
Because like our brand. Because have you made a brand promise?
Ooh, no, I've not.
Okay, something you might want to look into. Our brand promise at Ness Culture is to inspire greatness and share happiness. And that's why on the What's Your Ness podcast presented by Ness Culture, we end every episode telling everybody to choose happiness.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, show to the camera. There we go. Hey, look at that.
Happiness, man. Yeah. Like I said, I hand those out every day. Every day
I was making it rain with those in Mexico in the club.
Yeah, you gotta let them know, man.
People were like mean mugging me. They were like, "Why are you throwing fucking stickers at me?"
No. You tell them you spewing happiness on their face.
I was like, yeah, feliz.
That's what Spencer does.
Yeah.
Spencer gets happy. Never mind.
Yeah.
Just splashing happiness on everyone.
Yeah, that's what I do. I go to foreign countries and I splash happiness on people. So back to the topic at hand.
Yes.
We're talking brands. We're talking things. You kind of brushed on this a little bit earlier, but I want to go a little more in depth about like your peers, like in the YoungNESS in high school. You said your target market is kind of an older demographic, and so all of the designs people aren't sure of. But generally speaking, just about your business in general, how do your peers view it? Are they supportive? Are they curious? Are they skeptical? Or all of the above? Or what's kind of been your interaction with friends in your age group around your business?
So very forward-facingly positive.
Nice.
Or neutral. So some people, I have a buddy named Zay. And we're not super tight, but we're homies. We're cool. Mm-hmm. And he texted. He heard me get off a call with a charity organization I was working with, and he texted me and he was like, "Man, no one else in this school is doing what you're doing. Keep on going."
Nice.
And that's great. And I live for things like that, right? Yeah. But some of the people like one of my closer friends, I'm like, "Hey man, like check out this design. What do you think?" Or like, "Hey, like I'm doing this with this, and what do you think?" And they're like, "Cool, sick," and it's not nothing against him. Yeah. It's just he's not interested in it, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
And even though we've been friends for a long time, I can't really expect him to be interested in it just because it's something I'm doing. So either very positive or neutral. No real negative though. But I think people cheer for you until you make it.
Yeah.
Like. No one wants to see someone. Well, maybe not no one, but a lot of people don't like seeing people do better than them. So until I'm doing better than them, I think I'm going to get positive, and then after that, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's a great attitude to have because I think a lot of young entrepreneurs miss that point. They think that because they're excited about something, that everybody they know should be excited about it. And you have to also understand who your target demographic is. And just because they're your friend, they might not be your target demographic. It would be great for all of your friends to support what you're doing. But you can't take it personal when it's your vision. Not everyone has the vision that you have, so you have to stick to your vision regardless of who believes in it because it's yours. And you know, not everyone's going to have it when it's something that came from you. And I actually see it the opposite way. I feel like people from, like I said, maybe this is just a demographic thing. I feel like people kind of don't really fuck with it or fuck with you like that when you're doing something until it's popular. And then once it's popular, they want to tell, oh, that's my friend Zach. Like, we went to high school together. And it's like, he's super cool. Like, and it's like, I told you I was doing this like 3 years ago, and you were just like, oh. And it's like what the fuck was that? Yeah, what the fuck is that? Oh, because I had the flavor of the month wearing it now. Now you're like, oh man, I've been meaning to get a hoodie, and I'm like you've had my number for 5 years.
Yep.
now you're hitting me about it. Yep. And why are you calling me? I have a website.
Right. Yeah.
Like stop it. Like stop it. You know, come on, guys.
I mean, a lot of it is like, but being someone who's into entrepreneurship, and maybe you'll relate to this, but like, there aren't that many people who are into it, at least on like a percentage basis.
I feel like people have it's. I think it's like porn.
Okay.
Like people will watch a lot of that shit, but they don't want to be a part of it. It's like
speak for yourself.
it's like some of that stuff is like it's like cool, like oh yeah, gangbang and all this other stuff. But it's like if you were gonna insert yourself into that, you'd be like, oh no, I just wanted to watch, you know. And I feel like a lot of people see that as like entrepreneurship. Like they watch it, but if they actually had to do it, they would be like, oh no, like I didn't really.
They're like
I didn't really
business cucks.
Yeah.
Bucks, we'll call them.
Bucks.
Big bucks.
Big bucks. Yeah.
We're getting the big bucks out here. Yeah. Well, not just standing on the sidelines, watching, commentating, spectating. Yeah.
And like I said, that's what I think. I think a lot of people they rather be they rather be a heckler in the crowd than a comedian on the stage because they don't want to be judged.
I like that.
You know,
I like that.
People, they're loud in the crowd. They be church mouse on the fucking stage. It's like kind of cool to try to tear somebody else down and be like, oh yeah, you're not that fucking funny guy. It's like, okay, get up here and tell a joke.
Well, it's also easy to tear people down.
Yeah, it's
really easy.
Minimal effort,
especially
with the internet.
Especially minimal effort. That's one of the things I be speaking on. It's like you didn't even have to try to do that, and that's why you're doing it. You know.
Well, I mean, like, do you know the whole? I mean, Charlie Munger talked about this a lot, which is like the inversion thinking.
R.I.P. to Joe from one of the goats.
Seriously. So, but he talked about inversion thinking a lot, which is people are good at finding things that are bad. Mm-hmm. Right? So when you want to do something, don't ask yourself what's the best way to start a clothing business. It's what's the how can I make a clothing business that I guarantee fails? Right? Mm-hmm. And you think, okay, I'm never going to market it. I'm going to make sure the product is shitty. Right? I'm not going to tell anyone I know about it. I'm going to make sure that there's no customer service. And then you flip it. I'm going to tell as many people as I know as I can about this product. I'm going to make sure it's the best product I can possibly make. I'm going to make sure the customer service is great, right? Instead of thinking about all that, right? Because, I mean, if I tell you to how would you send a rocket to space? You're like, well, shit. There we go. How would you make sure a rocket that you build does not get to space? You're like, shit, well, I wouldn't put fuel in it. And I would make the fins all wonky. And I would put it...
hella not aerodynamic.
Right. Yeah. And so the whole inversion thing is people are really good at finding bad things.
Finding a problem.
And it's the very vocal minority of there are always going to be haters and they're always going to be louder than the supporters.
Oh, most definitely. Because the thing about hating is it's a negative if you're alone. But if you can get other people to whisper, to preach your gospel, now it's the narrative. So you have to say it loud and strong enough to hopefully get other people to back it up. Because if you're right, you're just right. You know, it doesn't matter how loud you say it. The right thing is the right thing. But if you're wrong, you need other people to champion your wrongness and kind of like tap in with it, so that's the new narrative for it. It's like, oh yeah, no one likes that shit. Yeah, I don't like it either. And sometimes it's people who don't even know anything about it, but they wanted to tag in on the
subject. Yep.
Yeah, and it's like it gets like that. And humans are intriguing, but they haven't changed much in a very long time.
No,
you know. So
wait, can I cut you off really quickly?
Oh, I'm done.
Are you wearing the glasses that have the video in them?
No, I'm not.
Don't air that.
No, I'm not. I am not recording you right now.
Hey, is there a way to disable that light that shows everyone you record? Does it force you to have the light?
No, you have to have the light on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I have saw some people that have put things over the light.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
man, because I was looking at that all podcast and I was like, those gotta be
Oh man, I fucking love these glasses too.
Bro, he's filming saying so much out of pocket shit. I mean, if you better delete that. What are you filming? What are we talking about here? But it's okay.
What you mean? But some of the stuff I can't post because terms and conditions.
Yeah, exactly.
All that stuff that we recorded.
All those things.
Yeah, those things that we did.
Can I ask another question really quickly?
It had nothing to do with baby oil. Moving on. No. Go ahead, Zach.
So there's so much stuff I'm curious about this podcast.
Okay.
Ask us.
Let's go.
Can I do like a little rapid fire?
You can do whatever the fuck you want, bro. You're our guest.
Okay. How long does it take you to write the questions, and how do you write such good questions?
AI. 5 minutes.
Yeah, he does do AI.
I filter him. Sometimes I have to like reprompt it a couple times. Well, or I mean, we'll both think of questions, but if it's me, if Alex hasn't come up with any questions, and like it's my guest, like for today, like you're my guest, and so like, and I was like on the road, so I got here, I was like ChatGPT, like we're doing YoungNESS, he's an entrepreneur, It gave me a bunch of ones. A few of them were good. I was like, those kind of shitty. Ask me more, be more specific on this, and I picked about ones I liked out of that, and then make the list.
Okay. Next question. How do you do your programming when people aren't asking to come on the show?
Sometimes we do episodes that are just us.
Yeah, like the wetness.
Yeah, wetness. It was
that
wet.
It was funny.
It was raining like a motherfucker.
It was.
No, I remember we were up there turning on that dishwasher.
That was you?
That was me.
That was you.
That was me.
I was like, bro, I've never heard that sound in my life.
Yeah, it was like right here.
Yeah, that was us. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, we've been here for a whole year shooting this episode. I've never heard that water noise.
I've heard it during like random other times, but
never during the podcast.
And then really quickly, I fully agree with you on that East Oakland take. East Oakland is the hills.
Oh yeah.
South Oakland is what we call East Oakland.
Yes, most definitely.
100%.
1000%, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah. Hey, confirmation. You South Oaklanders.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
where
deep South Oakland.
Where you go to? You don't have to say where you go to high school, but he goes to school in Oakland.
I'm at Bishop O'Dad.
Yeah. So,
Hey, my friend's daughter goes there, but she's a freshman. You probably don't know her.
Maybe what's her name?
Zanaya.
She was in my orientation group.
Little skinny, light skinned girl.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
I had a group of like 20 kids. I think she was in it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's crazy. Hey, was it 6 degrees separation? Yeah, that's
dude. I was over at you remember Sebastian, right? From
he's been in the podcast.
The Elliot Ness one, right? Yeah. So I was over at Sebastian's the other day.
Oh, careful what you say here.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Okay,
not bad at all. And
shout out Sebastian.
We love you, Sebastian. Shouts out.
And he had a buddy in from Oregon named Lee.
Oh yeah, I met him right before he flew out. Yeah.
And so Lee does the same thing that your landlord's daughter wants to do in college.
Okay.
And I was asking him, I was like, hey, where'd you go to college? And he was like, oh yeah, here I went to Dartmouth. And I was like, oh, Dartmouth. And so my godfather teaches or taught at Dartmouth rather. And I was like, do you happen to know like guy A? And he was like, holy shit, that was my favorite professor. So he texted his wife and he told us, and I was like, how are you gonna bring this back? And he was like, yeah, I'm telling him my friend, like Sebastian's neighbor's daughter's friend's godfather taught me. It was like,
hey man, the world ties in like that, man.
That's crazy, right?
Random.
But like I said, I like that though. Like those tie-ins. Like I said, keep doing that because it's going to come back and pay dividends to you. Just being you and then tying in your cycle, your circle.
And this is what you were talking about at the beginning. Like leaving a good impression, and it'll come back.
Yeah, it always comes back, bro. It always comes back. And then also the people that you are around, you know? Like I said, you know, right now, a lot of the people that are accomplished and have done things are older, but there's still people you know. And you leaving them knowing you and knowing how you are and how you're doing things, it allows them to speak great of you to other people that you may not even know may come back to you. So, like I said, stay driven, stay hungry, stay learning, stay listening, and I'm telling you, bro, it's gonna all work out. It's gonna all work out for you for sure.
Thank you.
Words of inspiration. Last question for you before we get out of here.
All right.
Any advice for other young people who want to become entrepreneurs?
Okay. Best quote I've ever heard ever was everything that you want in life is behind doing the hard shit. So for people who are young, people who want to become an entrepreneur, if it's awkward, if it's weird, if it's going to be hard, and I'm telling you it is going to be hard, it's because if it was easy, everyone would do it.
That's what she said.
And he had me hung up on hard shit. I was about to make a constipation joke.
It's what Spencer's boyfriend said.
Oh,
Don't talk about Alex like without.
sorry.
You can
I'm
just call
sorry.
him Alex. You know?
I'm sorry. All the hardest shit that you will have to do, you just have to do it. Take the first step. Everything else will follow.
I concur. You gotta get out there. I feel like that's where a lot of people miss. It's like there is no perfect way to do anything. You know, like, and I feel like a lot of people think that if they get this advice from this one person, or if they get this one thing and they get this other thing, and then everything will be right. And it's like nothing is right, especially like in business and just in growing and in progressing in life. Nothing is like, once I have this all, everything will just fall into place. It's like, no, because there's going to be something that goes wrong. There's going to be some pivot that has to be made. The world's going to go through a pandemic and you're going to have to navigate that. There's always going to be something. And it's like, you can't predict everything that's going to be the something. So you got to kind of just go and then make your next move your best move.
Yep.
You know, so
That's what I was trying to explain to my little dude. Make your next move your best move.
What the fuck is that voice?
Ugh.
Oh, what was that? Hold on. It wasn't E40
That's
until
the opening. Yeah, that's the opening to a song. Make your next move your best move.
Oh,
that's what I was trying to explain to my little dude.
Oh, Fody said that?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't know that song.
It was on the E40 Be Legit, a Connected and Respected album. Go check it out on Spotify. Lovely. If you're a Ness culture wearer or a live nature hiker, great thing to put on in the earbuds, you know. And while we're here, Alex, is there any last things we got to get taken care of? Because I think we're right at the time here.
Okay, we're at the time. Okay,
yeah.
so look, first I want to say thank you for my live nature joint. You feel me? I'm gonna put this bitch on when I cut up out of here.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, of course.
Throw the Ness culture socks on top of it, but like I said, this was a super dope ass episode, man. I really appreciated your company, Zach, man.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, most def. And like I said, I learned stuff from Zach, and that's why I like having YoungNESS around me, you know? And it's like that, like I said earlier, that bridge. You need to always have a bridge and an open line of communication from the youth to the, you know, the wisdom, the youthfulness to the oldness. We need to have that connection fully open for the betterment of humanity. And I think if we can get that line of communication open from the youth to the adults, from the kids to the adults, from the teens, that's where we can choose happiness. I feel like the world is too segregated already. We're segregated by money and classism. We're segregated by race and culture. We're segregated by so many different things. And I feel like we could all come together when we all listen to each other. And in that moment of youngness and oldness combining to make a better nest for all nests, choosing happiness can bring all of that together for all of us. And if you can choose happiness, choosing happiness is choosing the ability to have that open line of communication with somebody and hear their point of view. You know, even if it's not your point of view, hearing their point of view and understanding how they could think like that can give you a better outlook on what you're doing. Because even some of the things you said, you might have think that it's just something for you. I took a lot from what you articulated today, and I appreciate you for coming and saying those words, because I needed to hear that for myself, for my old self, running my old business with a daughter in college older than you. You know, I needed to hear things you had to say, and some of the things that you had to say inspired me to be better and more disciplined, and some of the things I know to be true. And it's like things that you're holding on to are things that I know to be true that I haven't been holding on to, and I need to hold on to it tighter and really leverage that wisdom that you have. So don't ever let go of that wisdom that you've been embedded with. Hold on to it and don't let things distract you.
Hell yeah.
And from
Fuck yeah.
Live Nature, Ness Culture, the What's Your Ness podcast, I want to say, fuck you, suck a dick.
Get the fuck out of here, motherfucker.
Suck a whole one. Not half one, a whole one.
Oh, you thought this was a nice podcast? We're talking about wholesome business. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. Alex, we got a signature here. What are we doing?
Yeah. And my guy Zach from Live Nature is here, so we had to get you some Ness Culture car air fresheners. We got you the cherry and the lavender.
My man.
Yeah. Hold on. It's a little masturbation, bro. The chair moves.
Don't be masturbating or moving the chair and masturbating at the same time. It can be very hazardous and unsafe.
Yeah, we want to get your name on this though.
Alrighty. All right, let's do it.
This is a fresh bottle. Huh? No one signed this one yet, huh?
Yeah. This first one.
Yeah. End of the season. So second to last episode of the season. It's just going to be us next week, but is it not going?
Oh, Spencer left the top off.
I never left the top off nothing.
Spencer leaves the top of everything.
Bruh.
No, Spencer's a topper. A topper and a bopper.
There he is.
You signed it?
You signed it.
Yes,
It's in. We're in there.
Yeah,
We got to get a new pen.
Is it? No.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's on there.
Here you go.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah. It's because Spencer's in here blowing on it and stuff.
Hey, don't bother me with what I do with my personal time.
Spencer always blowing on it. Come on. We've known this.
Yeah,
I've been blowing up and down this block for years. How do you think
Yeah.
I got this damn
They
apartment?
call him HVAC.
Yeah. Just ask my landlord. Ask your friend's dad. How I got this apartment.
Yeah.
Hey, look out. That got weird at the end. Well, hey, thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Zach, appreciate you very much.
Thank you for having me on.
For making the trek down the stairs to come in here. And now we'll know if that dishwasher goes off again. It's fucking Zach's up there.
I'm sorry.
Y'all have a great night. Don't forget, like, subscribe. It's free. Hey, there's more of this shit coming. There's a lot to see. We'll be here. And you have a lovely holiday season, folks. Adios.
Yeah, bro. We just had to say it on air because, it's kind of illegal. But the strippers are still coming.
Yeah.
I even bought you a hooker, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude,
if you're into it.
I was about to ask.
Oh, wait.
no,
Fuck, bro, it's still recording. You probably...
You're gonna get me fucking indicted, bro.